Using what I'm going to show you today took this coaching offer from 3K subs and 7K a month to over $100,000 in the past 2.5 months with less than 10K subs, all organically. Because if you want to be able to scale your coaching offer consistently with organic, you need to know how to attract high quality leads, how to convert those leads, and use this last principle that I'll show at the end. But if you're not able to get lead flow consistently, you're not going to be able to scale your offer. And this is the biggest issue that I see all the time with coaching businesses. But the leads are the lifeblood of your business. And this is info business, any business. This is why people use ads. They need more high quality leads. What if I told you that you could actually do that all organically, right? And I'm going to show you exactly how, because our issue, this entire offer has been low lead flow. Even now, we only had 29 live calls in the month of November, and we did $44,000. This is from the 27th. And our close rate is above 60%, and our show rate is above 90%. Our issue is low lead flows. And I'll show you right here in October, we had a low month of $21,000. All our views were down. Our monthly audience was down. We had good show rate, good close rate, but only 12 booked calls, 21,000. But we doubled the lead flow. We doubled down on views, 1.5x the views, 3x the monthly audience, 2x the subs, and we had a record month. We 2x the booked calls, we 2x the cash collected. Of course, the close rate and the show rate dropped a little bit. That's normal when you're booking more calls. And the next thing we're going to do for December to hit 50, 60, 70, once again, double lead flow. Because right now we don't have a conversion rate issue, we have a lead flow issue. And if we can solve that, we're going to solve everything else. So I'm going to show you our two strategies for Instagram and YouTube of how to actually get these. Because using these same strategies, it got my client multiple outliers that made us a ton of money. I'm talking videos that would just bring 3K piffs like that. And Instagram Reels that print, like this Instagram Reel made me $12,000 just using the same strategies I'm going to show you today. But it all starts with actually understanding who you're talking to, who you're making content for. For example, this video, I know that a lot of you, you're running an info business, you struggle to consistently make money with organic content. Hence, I know the audience because I took a ton of sales calls. Look at all these sales calls I've taken, and I know my audience like the back of my hand, of course. If we go right here, if it lets me, I have like 12 pages that AI didn't just spit it out and I accepted it. I actually reviewed every single page and it's very accurate. Because I know who I'm selling to. It's that simple. Because I did the reps. And you need to do the same thing in your offer, doing the reps, taking tons of sales calls to really understand your audience. Because once you take the sales calls, especially the people who close, the people who don't close, you're going to understand a lot more about your audience. And that's just what you have to do if you want to understand them. So make sure that you're taking the sales calls, you're recording them, you're reviewing them, you're using AI to make a market research thing. This will be different than any other video you've seen. I'm not going to say, oh, take the sales calls, AI. No. Take the sales calls and use these strategies that I'm about to tell you, because these strategies are so good that they print six-figure offers. Because these strategies that I'm showing you work, but they don't work if you don't know your audience. So you have to know who you're selling to. But first, before we go over the YouTube sauce, which undoubtedly is my best lever, I'm going to show you the Instagram sauce, okay? So the Instagram, you need to post 5 to 7 times a week. That's it. Like you post 5 to 7 times a week on Reels, and you kind of mix it between top of funnel and middle of funnel. It depends on what you're struggling with. Usually it's lead flow. I recommend doing top of funnel content, which I'm going to break down. But if for whatever reason you have dry convos or no booked calls, it's going to be middle of funnel if the views are there. And this thing, it's not binary. It's not like, is it top of funnel or is it middle of funnel? It's how much is it, okay? Top of funnel, meant for attraction. Basically, you're trying to get a bunch of views. Middle of funnel is where you're trying to nurture those views. So for example, with me, these videos are more top of funnel. They're more broad. It can relate to more different people. For example, your dad, you tell your dad how much you made and he's proud of you. That's going to be very top of funnel because it's like, dang, like everybody wants that. Or with this one, exposing these creators. It's still gonna be broad, not as broad. If you don't know who Shelby, TJR, and Andrew Tate is, you're not gonna understand it. But there'll be more middle of funnel content. This is more niche content that's going to nurture my audience. So for example here, ranking funnels for coaching programs. Well, you're only gonna watch this if you know what funnels are and you know what coaching programs are. That's why it's more niched. This was a challenge video I did, seeing if I can make my client 5K in one day. Once again, it's a little more niche, but it's not super niche. And it's, like I said, it's on a scale here, right? It's a scale. You can see the same thing with this audience, right? Like this is PB Trading, a well-known trader. He's doing a message to himself 2 years ago, showing a bunch of supercars. That's more broad. That's just going to bring in a lot more people. Versus content that talks about trading and his mentorship. You're going to get less views, but you're going to be nurturing them more. So Instagram, I'm honestly more of a fan of YouTube, to be honest, but that's the Instagram strategy. It's very simple because I'm about to go super in depth into the YouTube one. But quick side note, you're probably like, who is this kid if you don't know who I am? Preston Chambers. We just help handling marketing, sales, and operations for info products, educational companies, helping them scale. And if you want my help, where we come into your business, do done for you stuff like, building out everything for you, helping you with content, first link in the description, you can book a call with me. But I love YouTube. YouTube is my best platform, and it's a quality and quantity game. A lot of people say, oh, you barely need to post on YouTube. Not true. Okay. So here's my 6-figure YouTube workflow. This single-handedly brought this offer to almost 6 figures, all from YouTube. He doesn't even have an Instagram. So the first step in all of this is getting an idea. Okay. The idea for the video is huge. And if you have a trash idea, it's not going to work out at all. 2 ways to get ideas. Number 1, pull from the understanding of your audience. Number 2, you do research and do the outlier method. So first of all, number 1, like it's this video that I'm recording right now. I know a lot of people struggle to consistently make money month over month with their coaching offer. Or this one, a lot of coaches struggle with targeting their ICP. So I made a video like that and it got 700 views. Might not be a lot, but compared to my average where it's 100 to 200, it did pretty well. The second is the outlier theory. So this is where you take a viral idea that somebody did and you make it your own. This is exactly what I did with this Instagram reel here that made me $12,000. I found it from somebody else. I took it, I made it my own. I'm more focused on YouTube in this video just because that's my expertise, but you can apply all this YouTube stuff to Instagram as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you the outlier theory right now. It's all about research. So I like to use this app called vidIQ, and for Instagram, you can just see if it's a reel that pops off. But vidIQ will tell you how much of an outlier it is. So for example, for this channel, over 100 times the average amount of views that this channel gets. And the way you want to actually take these outliers is basically something that's similar in your niche, and it can't even be different niches. If you do organic dropshipping, you can take from e-commerce, you can take from make money online. You could even take from fitness if it just makes sense. So let's look at a couple different examples. So for this one, exposing the 23-year-old that makes 100K a day, TJR trades. So you could try to copy this. I wouldn't recommend it because number 1, it's not a big outlier right here. It's only 13x. But number 2, it mainly only went viral because of TJR. So I don't really mess with it, okay? But this one could be a good one, right? I tried growing an Instagram theme page for 60 days, and you've seen this a lot. I tried dropshipping for 7 days. I tried this for 3 days. I tried this for 24 hours. It's a very viral trend that a lot of people have used, and it's a 34x outlier. It's a little bit old now, but it can still work. I've seen it been printing for some info offers. This is another really good one. It's a 15x outlier. It's fairly recent. I haven't seen anyone do this before. If blank feels hard, watch this. It's good because it's an outlier in a repeatable format. It's basically you just doing a raw talk, talking about, hey, if this feels hard right now, watch this. So if dropshipping feels hard right now, watch this. You can talk about your journey and how you actually pushed through and persevered. It's a proven format that we can use. That's how you do the outlier theory. It's very simple. And what I like to do is I'll give you guys some extra sauce. I create a ghost page. So this is a YouTube channel that I only follow people in my niche, and then I can steal all their video ideas. So for that offer I showed up above, I did that exact same thing. I made a YouTube channel for people inside of our niche, and all I did was I just subbed to every single person in our niche, and every single time they have a good video, we just take it and make it our own. But after you have the idea, you got to be able to package and script correctly, especially with the different thumbnails. So first of all is the title. It needs to be curiosity gap that demands clicking. Basically, your title needs to be interesting and it needs to make people want to click. So for example, right here, how I made $79,000 with organic content by targeting my ICP. My ICP is coaches making 2 to 20K a month, maybe a little bit more, but all of you guys are doing organic content. You have trouble with attracting the right audience, and $79,000 is a good chunk of change. That's why the title is good. And I just go through this. Does it appeal to my target audience? Yes. They use organic content. They have trouble targeting their ICP. They like making money. They're like, okay, like how does this guy target the ICP? That's the curiosity gap. The big outcome, $79,700. Would it be worth $100 if I delivered on this promise? Yes. If they saw how I targeted my ICP to make almost 80 racks, it would be worth $100 because they could make more than that. Next up is the thumbnail. Big juicy, yep, $79,000. It's a big outcome. It's understandable. Okay, he made $79,000 from using this little strategy right here. Makes sense. This looks pretty real. It's decent. And there's some curiosity. Okay, like what actually is this down here? you don't know what this is. And I could have probably made this bigger because nobody really cares about me. But yeah, it's the same thing here, right? If blank feels hard, watch this. Okay, yeah, dropshipping's hard for me. What is this guy doing? Why does he have like tattoos? This looks like a nice little background. It makes you want to click. So here's the exact method for actually making really good packaging. This is exactly what I do for my YouTube videos. I use this thing called testmythumbnails.com. I think it's like ClickPilot or testmythumbnails.com. It's free. And basically I can test my thumbnails. So I'll just like upload my thumbnail right here and it'll pop up and I can put a title and I can see how it looks on like a YouTube homepage. This really helps me out a lot. I do at least 10 iterations for the thumbnail, 3 to 5 for the title because the packaging is so important. You can have the best idea in the world, but if your packaging just sucks, it will not get pushed out. So you need to make sure that you have good packaging. And you can see right here, I went through so many variations, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went through 20 variations on this thumbnail until I finally found one that I liked. And honestly, I think I could have done a better job at this. Like I could have like made a conjugate, but still. So you need to mess with the saturation, the brightness, the text, the how it looks here, how it looks there. You need to mess with everything on the thumbnail because the thumbnail is huge. The packaging is so important because, like I said, if nobody clicks on the video, nobody watches it. Same thing with the title. If your title's not intriguing, it's going to be buns. I went through at least 5 different iterations of titles for this video. You need to do the same thing. List out a title, try to make it better, try to make it sexier, try to make it, walk away, get some advice, whatever. For editing the thumbnails, I just use Canva. But yeah, and then the production, because you can have a good idea, and you can have a good packaging, but if the production sucks, it's cooked. So here's what I like to do. I like to script out the hook. Basically, like, hey, like this hook, I have it scripted. I'm looking at my script right now. For the middle, I like to do bullet points. So right here, I have lead flow. I just went over YouTube Organic and Instagram. I'm about to go over stuff on how to convert more leads and then some other extra special sauce for you guys. And then the outro as well. And you want to CTA 30% into the video. So like right here, you saw that I CTA'd because a lot of people are still watching by the 30% mark, but not by the 97. So CTA 30% in, and then at the end, just end it off. Like, as soon as I end the video, it's going to be quick and abrupt, and you're going to be like, whoa, like what? But basically, you want to have no fat at all. Like, I'm going to edit this video afterwards or have my editor do it because less is more. And if you get bored or whatever, you click off the video, you don't get the value. I don't make money. But I'm very straight to the point, as you can see, and I have really good value. That's the key. Make the value good and entertaining. That's what I'm doing right now. I have an entire presentation I'm showing you. I'm keeping you visually engaged, mentally engaged, everything engaged. But you understand how to get leads. You're going to use that entire workflow I just said. It works for Reels and YouTube videos. You're going to, find popular video formats. You're going to take them, or you're going to understand your audience and make them. You're going to have really good packaging, and then you're going to make a really good video with amazing value. Same thing with Instagram. So that's the strategy. But if you don't know how to actually get more leads and how to convert these leads, you can get all the views in the world, but you will not make money. Because believe it or not, but it's all a buying cycle when it comes to people buying from you. And what I mean by that is the leads you close today are from 2 to 4 weeks ago. Whenever I'm closing any sort of prospect, I say, so how long have you been following me for? How long have you been following X for? I've been following them for about a month, 2 months, 2 weeks. So the leads that you close today are from 2 to 4 weeks ago. Meaning that the views you get today will be the leads you have in a month. Think of it like that. Think longer term. Because if after a single video you say, hey, you guys want to buy my stuff? One person says yes because it takes more than one video to make a sale. You lose a ton of leads because this is just from one of our clients. A lot of people on his channel aren't subscribed. A lot of people that watch me are subscribed because I give out really good value. So go ahead and join the 80% or so and subscribe down below right now. But a majority of his people are not subscribed, meaning that we're losing leads because people are not going to buy off one reel or one YouTube video generally. I have had that happen before, but typically no, that doesn't happen. It comes from 30 reels, 7 YouTube videos. That's when they start paying. Like we said over here, 2 to 4 weeks until somebody actually starts paying. So what we need to do is we need to warm them up with something I like to call the oven, where it warms people up rapidly so we can actually get these sales processes from whenever they see us to buying almost instantly. And this is going to come down to free value and results. So you can have 2 different ways to go about this. You can have a free course or an opt-in for a free course, but basically, we want them to consume more information to see that, hey, we're an expert. Like you watching this video right now, you're like, damn, this guy knows his shit because I'm giving out value. So the first method's a free course. This is what we did. We gave out an 8-hour free course, and basically you're giving away something that's actually valuable. It's worth $497 because you want it to be so valuable that they would pay for it. Because then they're like, damn, if this is free, imagine what I get if I pay them. It makes them trust you more. Because whenever people gatekeep information, it makes them distrust them. And yeah. Also, you can have an opt-in for like a free training or a free course where you grab their contact information for something free. Like I said, free training, free webinar, free course. And then they can go through the buying cycle. So it's like, okay, I'm going to watch this guy's free course now. I went from his YouTube video to his YouTube free course or his opt-in or his free training. Now they're consuming more information and they're just getting sold on the business model, getting sold on you as a person. Then we ask them like, hey, now do you want to buy my stuff? You just saw this free course. Yeah, I want to buy your stuff. Or, maybe we get them on email lists and contact information. Now we can email them, we can nurture them, we can text them. We can send them YouTube assets. We can tell them stories and show our knowledge. We can show social proof of students. Then 3 months later, we say, hey, you want to buy my stuff? We get an 8x. So we just 8x the amount of leads that we can sell. From one lead all the way to 8. We just 8x leads that we can sell just by changing up a little bit process in our funnel. Nurturing them way more, sending them somewhere, grabbing contact information. Now we're making 8x for the same amount of leads, an 8x increase. That is insane. Okay. But just because they're interested in buying your stuff doesn't mean that they will actually buy your stuff. So you need to know how to get a high close rate, high AOV. This AOV is including people that pay us $500 in 1K because we have downsells. But we get a lot of PIFs, a good amount of PIFs. And I'm going to show you exactly how. The truth with organic here is that you're sometimes going to have low lead flow, sometimes high lead flow. But the only way to consistently make money is to convert at a high rate. So you need to understand what makes somebody buy. Well, it's going to be information. Okay, the right information at that. If someone's interested in MacBook, buying a MacBook. This is the first purchase I ever made. Totally worth it, by the way. Go buy a MacBook. But they're going to be curious. How much is it? How is it better than my current computer? Can it do this? Can it do that? Like, how is it better? Right? Because you're not going to go out and spend 2 racks on a MacBook. You need to understand it more. Same thing with working with me. You're probably curious. Okay. How much does it charge to work with Preston? What does he do for me? How long does it last? Who have you worked with before? Why should I choose you? All these questions that you're going to have before you actually work with me, which is totally understandable. Why would you go in blindly paying somebody? Doesn't make sense. You'll probably buy from me eventually. But anyways, this is what I like to call the spectrum. And whenever people come into the funnel, they're not ready to buy. They can book a call and simply be curious or general, maybe even highly interested, but they're not ready to buy yet. So how do we actually get these people to buy? Well, it's by giving them the right information. Because if someone's just semi-curious, they're probably going to no-show. General interest, no close. Highly interested, follow up. But whenever we get them into convicted, this is when they start paying. Especially highly convicted, this is when we start getting PIFs. And this is what we do to get PIFs. We give people the right information to actually want to buy. So it comes down to 3 steps, okay? The confirmation page, the sales team, and the asset. You need all 3 to actually get high close rate, high show rate, like we have over here. Way above industry standards. We convert at such a high rate. That's why even with low lead flow, we're making a good amount of money. The first step is the confirmation page. It's to make them more curious. Really what I mean by this is to give them more information. Right after they book, boom, we tell them, hey, our team's going to reach out. Okay, be ready for that. So people are actually really responsive. And we tell them be in a quiet place. Every single call that we've had has been in a quiet place. No reschedules for driving or anything like that. It's been great. Boom. Next up, watch this prep video. This video is an amazing asset for us and answers all their common questions about everything that we've seen so far. Honestly, we could make another one that's better, but I mean, it's just working so well right now. Like, it completely works 100% because we just answered all their common questions. Who is Devin? What's inside the mentorship? How does our unique mechanism work? All these questions that they're having, we just answer them all. Then boom, we show a ton of student test interviews. So it's like we have all of these student interviews here and it just cooks them. And then after that, we have an info doc with more information about, YouTube and everything, just answering more questions. And then we have more student results. Because something you need to understand if someone is opting into your funnel, they usually want more information. They like the people I text with, and you'll see in the sales team stuff that I'm about to get into, they're like, yeah, I just went through everything. Like, I'm like, what? Like, they go through this stuff, bro. They are highly interested. And it's either we give them the information or they go out and try to find it, don't find anything, then they don't show up. One of 2 choices here. I'd rather give them the information that makes us look good and that's the truth. And it's served to them on a silver platter, so we actually get closes, we get piffs, we get show ups. It's up to you though. But yeah, we could honestly make it a lot better than what I showed you, but it's not high ROI. We need to focus on content. But yeah, so I have a confirmation page that's actually saucy and actually solid. Step 2 is the sales team. So the whole goal of this is to establish contact, make them show up, send them relatable assets. So as you can see, as soon as somebody applies or books a call, instantly we get sent their contact information, all their questions on the application. At the absolute latest, within 1 hour, they're getting dialed, usually within 5 minutes though. And we stay on the call with them for over 5 minutes, really have a really good setting process. It shows more intent. And then if they're qualified, we throw them in the group chat with the closer to answer their questions, make them show up, push them to the assets. So here I was closing. I looked chopped. I don't know why. I just looked chopped. But anyways, I sent a personalized selfie video to him specifically. Send him the confirmation page. Have you seen this yet? Also, is it this or this? And then usually what I like to have them do is see if they respond to this. Sometimes they don't, but he answers the question. This is a very easy question for him to answer. And I just go back and forth with him. Yes, I have 2 channels. Oh, you do? Do you know who Fatal is? Oh, no, it's Fatal. Fatal's our best fucking student case study. I show him that. Dang, man, that's super awesome. Yeah, what question you have before a call? Just answering questions that, he might have that might stop him from showing up. And then I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Answer the question, push him to an asset. Oh, you're from this country. Well, guess what? We have a guy that's from this country too. Have you seen this yet? And all I'm doing here is having a conversation with him, handling his concerns, pushing him to more assets. Because if I do that, he's going to be warmed up for the call. He's going to have a high probability to show up and a high probability to close. It's that simple. Not everyone's going to watch the confirmation page, but if a person is like, hey, you should check out this video, you should check out this thing, you should check out this, they're going to probably check it out, and it just warms them up even more, increases the likelihood of closing. That's all I'm trying to do. Increase the likelihood of them showing up and them closing. Now, is this a lot more work than what you're probably used to? Hell yeah, but does it actually work? I don't know. Let's look at the numbers here. Huh? Seems to be working. You get in what you put in. You get out what you put in. So if you want to be a lazy closer, have lazy sales reps, then it's fine. You just won't have good rates. Number 3 is the assets that we have to get them more information so that way they can actually make a decision to buy. We have student interviews, just basically showing successful students that this actually works. We have email sequences that answer a lot of common questions. We send it through Calendly so it all shows up. And then we have an info doc that pretty much just answers a ton of questions on YouTube in written form in case people like to read. And we have the prep video as well. Because once again, what makes somebody buy? The right information. If we can give these people the right information before the call, it's OP, it's wraps. And that's what causes these piffs, right? Because we're giving them all the information like, damn, like this is the shit. This is what I need. But that all doesn't matter if you don't have this last step, which is super important. It's student results. I know you might be thinking, oh, blah, blah, blah. Here's how to actually get really good fucking student results. We've had multiple students, after a month or so, hit like 10, 20K a month. And this is the most important thing for long-term scaling because trust is already low with mentorship. People have been scammed. People call Alex Hormozi a scammer. So people are just retarded, but you don't want to be like Sam Millsap, who's just scamming people. So that's how to get really good student results. You need to organize your students. Before I came into this, he was struggling with understanding who his students were. So we organized it all in Discord right here. We have every single one-on-one channel so we can properly organize it. And we have maker and manager days. So on specific days, he takes calls. On specific days, he just makes content to organize everything. And here's how to get really good student results to build a long-term info product. Because with the client we're working with right now, I'm seeing this as being a long-term thing with YouTube. So here's exactly how to do it. You need to over-deliver. Too many people try to outsource it early. Basically, you need to do full one-on-one access. Like me, this is like one of the students that got $17,000 in 52 days. They went from 1K a month to 17K a month. I've been on 2-hour coaching call sessions with him, and basically what you need to do, results are very easy, first of all, but you get full access. You give your number, your one-on-one calls, you get 3 to 5 results, and then you add a little bit less one-on-one access, but still. Then you get more results, add a little bit less one-on-one calls, and eventually you can scale it out, but do not outsource way too early. That's the downfall of most coaching businesses. Like I said, I've been on 2-hour coaching calls. I take some sales calls for my clients because the truth prevails, and if you conduct business honestly, you get really good results, you will succeed in the end. And that is how to consistently make money organically with your coaching offer.